Hello. In continuation to my interview series, I would like to invite Margarita. Hi, Margarita. How are you?
Hi, Ina, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good also. Thanks for asking. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Margarita Amrita. I'm an instructor of Neurographica. Neurographica is an amazing method of self-transformation. I've been teaching for more than 3 years. Neurographica can bring a lot of benefits from the point of balancing emotions to working on the goals and working on career and whatever possibly can be imagined. Neurographica can solve any problem. So I've been an instructor of Neurographica for more than 3 years. But before that, I went through a lot of educations from alternative practitioners like yoga, qigong, active visualization. So what I've done with my practice, I've combined all the methods that I learned over 17 years of experience. I've married all this practice together with Neurographica, and I'm teaching all of this as a combined method. To be exact, Neurographica was born in Russia by Russian psychologist and psychiatrist Pavel Piskarev. He invented this method. He is also an architect. So once he invented it, and today actually is Neurographica birthday, believe it or not.
Oh, wow,
Um,
that's so
yes, that is totally amazing. So once he invented it, this Neurographica method became viral. Right now, all countries in the world are teaching this method. The major countries in Europe, in the United States, in Canada, Australia, Japan, Singapore, China, anywhere you go, Neurographica is there. Um, so it happened 6 years ago, and I've never seen any other methods to develop so rapidly as Neurographica, and I'm fortunate that I became instructor 3 years ago, and since that time, all I'm doing is I'm teaching it, combining with other modalities, bringing all my experiences together in order to share my knowledge and also professionally for people who would like to incorporate Neurographica into their coaching practice. I'm also offering my classes for that, so people can also start teaching and also create new careers for themselves.
wow. This is such an interesting I don't know, new wave, I guess. Uh,
Yeah,
I would call it a new wave. Yeah, that
it
is
is. It
very
is a new way. Absolutely. It is, see, the beauty of Neurographica, it is really married with neuroscience. To be exact, with neurogenesis, it's a generation of new neurons, and neuroplasticity.
interesting.
So the way Neurographica works is basically, um, as Joe Dispenza said, the neurons that fire together wire together. So what we're doing through Neurographica pattern, we're creating new neurological connections in our brain. It is a mind-body connection. And in Russia and Europe in general, in Zurich, Switzerland, they've done a lot of um, research, scientific research, and the paper's been written around the subject. It is totally proven that through this practice, you can actually totally rewire your belief system towards the positive ways of thinking, because during our lifetime we are getting wired with all the traumas that we go through, all the negative emotions, our failures, and by the age of 35 we basically kind of like getting to the point where we stop developing. If we're not putting conscious effort towards self-transformation and development, that's exactly what happens. And if we take conscious effort in order to completely rewrite our personal history, people say you cannot change your past. Well, if you work well enough for your own perception of your past, you can change it totally. And that would change your present state. And from the present state, it will definitely manifest the future that you always wanted, but was afraid to ask or didn't believe that it's possible. With Neurographica, we make it possible. We start with therapy, the therapeutical aspect of working on negative emotions, and then gradually we move towards building your future, making you to focus on your goals, and at the end, you're getting the results that you always wanted to achieve in your life.
But what exactly can you work through with Neurographica? Which blocks or emotional strains, or what would Neurographica be able to help a person with?
So with Neurographica, usually the way we start, we're offering free classes just for people who want to get familiar, want to get taste of this. For this, we create YouTube videos. We're going live on Facebook. We're offering different programs. Um, but if we really want to deep dive into Neurographica, usually we start working on our emotions first. We really want to get to the balanced state of mind before doing anything else in Neurographica. That would be the right approach towards getting acquired Neurographica as a practice. So what are we talking about here? Any negative emotions, anxiety, fear, low self-esteem, guilt, thinking of things that didn't happen in life and you always wanted them, and you may think about this as a huge failure and go over and over, and that's what's stopping people from moving forward. So what Neurographica does, it balances emotions, it removes inner limitations, or lifts them basically, so one can achieve that inner resilience and inner balance that is so much needed in order to do the second step of building the future state, right?
Right.
So that's what we do. And then once it's complete, once the first level of knowledge where you already know how to balance yourself, when it's complete, then you can move on and start working on building your life the way you would like to build it.
Mm-hmm. I see. Can I ask you something? A lot of people, they really don't think that they have any issues. So is Neurographica good only for people that have issues, or people that don't have any issues can benefit from it?
Okay, so number one, I've got a lot of students who come to me just because they like to draw and they'd like to learn this method as art, which is totally fine. Neurographica can offer this, absolutely. If people think that they don't have problems, they find in life, or they maybe want to expand the knowledge base, like I have students like that. Specifically, if they work as psychotherapists or psychologists, let's say they want to add up this practice of Neurographica to their practice so they can also work with their clients. It's totally okay to do that. Um, then they can skip completely working on their emotional states and jump on something that they really need. Artistic component, it could be artistic component, it could be psychological component that they need for their clients. It could be a component that is like a missing piece
Mm-hmm.
in their perception of life, where they need to kind of add this missing component that they can acquire from Neurographica towards whatever they're working on.
Mm-hmm.
And we call it coaching. A lot of people just need coaching. They don't need therapy. They
Right.
come to us because they want financial abundance. They come to me specifically when they feel like they have certain things they need to overcome. It may not be emotional block. It
Mm-hmm.
may be something that's blocking them moving ahead with their career. Even though some people come to me and they say, look, I have nothing to complain about. Everything looks fantastic in my life.
Right.
But when we start working, then we start seeing the blocks. So sometimes people don't even realize they have those blocks until we start looking into them. And the reason why I like Neurographica that it totally skips the need to go to psychologist or to have a guru. You can become your own guru and your own psychologist through this practice.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. It just requires practice, practice, practice in order to achieve that.
Right. Um, if someone would be interested in joining in, are there any courses that they can take, or where would they go, and how would they find ways to learn about it?
Absolutely. Yes. So, what I usually say to people, um, they can have a taste of Neurographica by watching my free videos on my YouTube channel called Amarna Neuro Art. I'm sorry, Amarna Neuro Art. What else are we doing for free? We're doing Neurographica marathons and now Neurographica America School every quarter. So if anybody wants to join those marathons, there are a bunch of people, like about 10 teachers who are teaching during this time. But if people really want to dive deep into Neurographica and also get professional training for themselves, I offer level one. It is a user level
Mm-hmm.
that helps people work on themselves, on the balancing their emotions and lifting inner limitations and removing the blocks, right? Let's say some people are afraid to speak on camera. Some people have difficulties, let's say when they go on dates, they so feel uncomfortable about this. And we're working through all of that. Whatever you can imagine, we can work through. We have level one. It is a professional training online. um, People can take it at any time and work at their own pace. There is no deadline. There is no push. I mean, unless people asking me like, "You need to push me," then I push people. But otherwise, um, I have a study at your own pace policy that people can take the class, and there are about 5 lessons, 4 mandatory and one lesson is a bonus lesson. Plus, I'm offering bonus classes for anybody who joins level one. They can also going to get a bonus class, at least one. Um, and the level two is the level where, let's say, if you already have your own practice,
Mm-hmm.
if you're a coach, or if you want to start something new, let's say you have a lot of knowledge, but you don't know how to put it together, but you're dreaming about coaching career, I
Right.
would advise to join level two. That's where you can get second level specialist,
Mm-hmm.
where you would be able to incorporate Neurographica into your coaching practice,
Mm-hmm.
or even create brand new practice using Neurographica. So it's all online, all study at your own pace. In order to get level two, one has to take level one. It's a pre-request, okay? So
Yeah.
because otherwise, jumping into level two, not even understanding what neurographic is, how to work with different elements, how to create neurographic pattern, how to create like a large scale work, you're not going to be able to get through level two. So, but once somebody takes like one takes level one, then level two, then this person can start their own coaching practice or extend their coaching practice online, offline, however.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm offering it. I'm offering it online. Please join me on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook.
Yes, thank you so much for explaining to us a little bit about what Neographica is. And I'm sure that a lot of people are going to want to get into it, just like I did, in the beginning.
Yes,
Yes, when I came to you.
sure,
It was a
absolutely.
while back. It was a while back. Yes, thank you so much for giving us all this wonderful information. And hopefully we can do another interview. Actually, I'm doing different kind of interviews, and I would like to invite you for my second interview on how do we survive through this pandemic. So hopefully you'll have some time to do this type of interview with me also.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, I can. Um, I also use essential oils with Neurographica. Is that something you want me to talk about now, or you want me to do during the second interview when we're going to talk
I
about
think the
Margarita?
second interview would probably cover it.
Okay,
Yes, thank you so much.
sounds fantastic. Thank you so much, Ina. Thanks for inviting me
Thank you.
to this interview. Thank you. Bye.